So you've said today that the outlook for bad loans could still worsen depending on how the pandemic develops. So it's too early, is it, to say that the worst of the pandemic is over?
Yeah, I mean, we are still in a stage where we definitely do not really know what's going to happen. However, I mean, what we have now done is in Q3, we booked 270 million restructure LLPs. Out of that, 181 are related to Corona, and out of that, 70 are TLA, top-level adjustments, where we basically put some reserves in for potential upcoming defaults. And our overall guidance, we stick with 1.3 to 1.5 LLPs, a billion euro LLPs, and that's where we are. And the rest we will closely monitor over the next couple of weeks and months.
It seems that some banks have benefited over the last quarter from some of the volatility in markets and have experienced some sort of trading boom, helping revenues. Has that been the Commerzbank experience?
Not necessarily. I mean, we have some capital markets business, and specifically on the debt capital market side, we were also pretty successful. But the core of our business model is private clients and corporate clients, Mittelstand with trade finance, etc. So definitely we could benefit a little bit from the upside in capital markets, but less than peers.
I guess that strategically, maybe you're in a sort of limbo at the moment, Bettina, because a new CEO is due to arrive in January, just a couple of months from now. What do you think his to-do list is going to look like? He's got a reputation for cost-cutting. Is that going to be a focus?
Well, I mean, we are already in the middle of a transformation. This is also why we booked another 200 million restructuring costs this quarter, and there's probably more to come in the next quarter, because we can't wait for the cost reduction. So we lay already today basis for further cost reductions. And for sure, it's 8 weeks to go, and then Manfred Knof will definitely look into the strategy, and we are pretty confident that we will announce cornerstones of the new strategy in the first quarter, and cost reduction will be definitely an important part of it.
And where are you, Bettina, on reviewing headcount at this point? Is headcount reduction going to be a part of that strategic review? And do you expect pushback from unions?
Well, I mean, we have been, and we are in very close, trustful collaboration with the Works Council. This is also why we now booked the 200 million restructuring costs, because we had an alignment and an agreement with Workers' Council on the closure of 200 branches and further voluntary programs to come. And we will continue that. And it's too early to tell on how much headcount reduction we will see. But we have already announced headcount reduction back last September. And this is something which we definitely need to implement.
Can I ask you about the subsidiary Comdirect that you've now fully integrated? That we know about. I wonder if you've got any thoughts on what you're planning to do with that particular unit.
Well, the plan is to basically create the best offering for our Commerzbank and Comdirect clients to basically combine the strengths of both business models, and to clearly also generate 150 million euros of synergies. Very important. And Monday, the legal merger, the conclusion of the legal merger was one very important step, because now we can really move forward and do whatever we need to do, and have the necessary speed in the implementation and transformation.
Can I ask about the ECB and your expectations there? Because some in the market expect the ECB to do more, to be more dovish, to do more easing. Is that in danger of making it more difficult to make money in European banking?
I mean, further rate cuts would make it more difficult, clearly, because the negative interest rate environment makes it difficult and is a drain on the drag on the revenue side. But we will definitely work with it and see how we move forward.
It does seem difficult to get visibility through the winter in many industries, Bettina, and no doubt banking is one of those. Is there a date that you have in mind by which you think you might have got a handle on just how bad the winter is going to be with coronavirus being fought in many areas of Europe?
Yeah, we all want to have a crystal ball on that, but I believe that the fourth quarter now will be important, specifically for Germany. This is also because we have the insolvency law that will be reintroduced by January 2021, and that means that we might see an increase in insolvencies defaults in January. So that will be still part of the fourth quarter, because for us the fourth quarter goes until mid-February, at least with respect to the LLPs. And then also clearly Q1 will be an interesting part, but then I think we should have clarity.